Think Aloud activity, I chose an article on Florence Nightingale. When looking at this article, I see that the title is in bold and it's just her first and last name. So I know pretty much nothing about Florence just from the title. I know that she's a woman, but I do not know in which era she grew up in. I do not know why she is important enough that history.com had a group of authors write a article. And the reason I say a group of authors is because it is a larger domain. I do not see either in the beginning or at the end of this page any one author. So most likely this was multiple people, multiple editors, hopefully using reputable sources. Scrolling back up to the top, we are met with a image of Florence, and this image tells me a few things. One, it's a painting, so I know that she lived during a time when cameras were either not readily accessible or even invented for portraits. We see that she has her hair covered. There is an apron covering her modest dress. She does not wear a habit like a nun, but more so her hair is being held back. So this tells me, and I predict, that she is going to be in either a profession or a lifestyle that she can't really be messy or unsanitary. After the photo, we have a small blurb. It tells us that Florence was born in Florence, Italy on May 12th of 1820. So I was correct in my prediction that cameras were not necessarily readily usable for her. It says that during the Crimean War, she and a team of nurses improved the unsanitary conditions at a British base hospital, reducing the death rate count by 2/3. So, with just this one sentence, I have a few things that pique my curiosity but also confuse me. Right here, we have a sentence, a phrase, the Crimean War. This is not readily recognizable to us for US history. It's not necessarily a war that we were involved in or needed to be involved in, but I can connect the Crimean War with Crimea. It is a geographical area over in the Ukraine, and I can connect this to modern day conflicts that we see between Russia and Ukraine. So, interestingly, I am able to see that this area in the world isn't a one-time stop for conflict. It has been in conflict between multiple centuries. We also see that Florence and a team of nurses, so we're then told that Florence herself was a nurse. We know that we can now connect the name Florence Nightingale with nursing. She improved the unsanitary conditions at a British base hospital. So seeing that she was at a British base hospital kind of confuses me because it says that she was born in Florence, Italy. So I wonder if she was an immigrant from Italy or if her family was British living in Italy, and that makes me wonder why they were in Italy, what brought her to Britain. Hopefully that will be talked about soon. It says that her writing sparked worldwide healthcare reform. So not only was Florence a career woman in nursing, she was very well spoken and well written, considering that it sparked worldwide healthcare reform. This tells me that she was very prominent in her field. In 1860, she established St. Thomas's Hospital and the Nightingale Training School for Nurses. She died in August 13th, 1910, in London. So, dying at 90 years old, she had a very prolific life. Not only was she a career woman, not only was she an author, a published author, mind you, but she created her own hospital and her own training school for nurses. So, a very prominent woman in the medical field. After this little blurb, we are met with some headings: a bolded early life, a bolded career, a bolded later life, and death and legacy. I like that this gives this kind of text-heavy article breaks. I know where to focus. We can tell that we should focus on her early life and know that this is a beginning portion of the article. And then the career. It is bolded, it is separate, and we know we should be paying attention to it because of the heading. Not only that, but it's quite long. We see that she's quite accomplished. And within this portion, we are met with some bolded, underlined, linked words. As a reader, I immediately notice these because they're different than the other chunks of text. I wonder if these words are something that I should pay attention to. Is it something that I will not know? Should I get context from the words around me while I am reading? Or we can look very quickly and click on it and see that it gives us a definition, which is quite nice reading an online article. We see this with 3 words in the career, and I believe that is it for the article for words that we should be paying attention to. Another thing that this article tells me is that Florence obviously was a very important woman because she has legacy written in her biography. She died over 100 years ago, but we're still talking about her today. I wonder why we still talk about her today, and hopefully this article covers that.